Here we go. Come on, prime time. I'm filming. Brings back memories. I had one of these 80s when I was a kid, man. These things are absolutely bulletproof. Hi, this is Ken Kaplan from the New England Motorcycle Museum, and boy, this brings back memories. This is a 74 Yamaha TY80, a very rare classic trials bike that Yamaha made for a couple of years, and I had a 71 GT80, which is the same motor as this, and I'm telling you straight up, these motors are absolutely indestructible. I used to ride that thing through tanks of gas every day, day after day after day, and it was just a blast. I had so much fun on it. This bike here, I got good news and I got bad news. The good news is it has an NADA value of $3,200. The bad news is we put almost $2,700 into it, so I think we're going to lose our shirt on it when we sell it. But the bike was, we just got the bike. It hadn't been running a while. It was in another museum collection. The guy who owned the museum was liquidating some of his inventory, so we bought this and a couple of the other TYs. I can tell you this, I believe it has this is 100% original. The paint, the tires, the rims, the shocks, everything appears to be original on the bike. We went through it. The first thing we did is we did a compression test on the bike. And it has, let me pull we got a 2-page work order on the bike here. Let me pull this out here. So I can give you the correct information. We did a cylinder compression test. It's 140 PSI. Put a new spark plug in it. There was some Bondo patching some small holes on the bottom of the tank. We took that off and resealed that with JB Weld and did a metal rescue cleanup on the inside of the tank, so the tank's nice and clean on the inside. A couple more holes showed up, so there's a couple of pinholes in the tank. You can probably save the tank with a tank liner or another type of method, possibly just a light raising on the tank. But the tank does leak a little bit, so we ran it off of the umbilical tank for the demonstration that it runs. We removed and replaced the carburetor to disassemble and clean. We replaced the fuel line, installed the new clamp on the pod air filter, installed the throttle cable correctly. We removed the oil injector of the tank and the oil pump. It was not functioning, so we're running it off a straight premix. We changed the gear case oil, 80 weight. We lubed the clutch cable and routed that correctly. Installed brand new hand grips on it. Installed new screws on the exhaust system. Adjusted the drive chain and the rear brake pedal free plate. We removed and replaced the rear wheel to replace the inner tube. Just got a new tube on the original tire. All the bearings were cleaned and greased, and the chain was adjusted and lubed. We tightened the handlebar mounts, which are not the original correct handlebar mounts. These are a replacement handlebar mount. We disassembled and cleaned the front brake panel, the shoes, the drum, and the brake arm. Mounted the front fender correctly and added larger washers to hold the fender where the front fender was broken. It's actually broken on the tab. And then we ran it on the auxiliary fuel tank to confirm that all the gears and the clutch are working appropriately. It doesn't quite run perfectly yet, still needs some fine tuning, but we had put a total of 10 hours labor, and I told the guys just to stop because we're getting in too deep into it and we're going to be upside down on it. We charge $90 an hour between the detailing and the detailing and we have between the detailing and the labor total here and the parts and the shipping, we've got a total of $2,700 tied up into the bike with the original purchase price too. So I think we kind of went a little too far. I said, hold the press, don't put any more money into this. We're selling it as is for the next guy to go through and finish it. Definitely a labor of love at this point. We went a little too far. The bike has got some issues I want to point out before you bid on it that we noted in the evaluation during the service. The kickstart lever is actually, the bolt was stripped. So that was the bolt stripped, so the Kickstarter shaft was stripped, so they put a tack weld on there to hold keep the Kickstarter from slipping. The forks, chrome needs to be replaced on the front forks, and the fork seals should be replaced. The tires are the original 1973 tires, just like the TY250 we had. So they're original tires. There is some dry riding on it, but you can see this is a low-hour bike because the tires are not worn out. The front brake cable could use to be replaced. There's some cracking on the front brake cable. Again, I mentioned the front fender hole was elongated or broken, so we had to put a washer on that to fix that. And then also the chain at one point had fallen off and did a little bit of damage to the cover right here, but that could be ground down and made look perfectly fine. So it doesn't affect the mechanical and structural integrity. So, the bike has some patina on it. It's original paint. The seat's cracking a little bit, a couple dings in the tank, but this is an original 1974 TY80. It's almost 50 years old. It is an antique, and it's a kid's bike, so very rarely do you find these even running, let alone in the kind of shape that this one is in. They put a rust preventative coating on the frame, touched the bike up a little bit, but did not mess with the original paint job on the tank, so the tank and seat are original. They also painted the muffler on it too. The paint was largely missing on the muffler, so that was painted as it was beside the motor, as was the rear swing arm. So we used a bicarbonate sodium blasted method on all the chrome on the bike, on the wheels. Those cleaned up real nice. Great looking little bike. It's still going to need a little bit to make it perfect, but like I said, the bad news is we put $2,700 into it. The good news is the NADA value is $3,200, so there's room for you to buy this, put some sweat equity in, and the other thing is it's only going up in value. It's an antique, very rare. We have the TY80. We bought the whole package: a TY80, a TY125, a TY175, and a TY250. So we have 4 of the Yamaha trail bikes from the same era. There was a family that owned 3 of them: the 80, the 175, and 250. The 250 is in absolutely awesome condition. That one's going up too. So hopefully they'll go to a good home. If you have any questions about it, give us a call, 860-454-7024. Also has a new front number plate on it to match the new grip. So good luck bidding on this bike, and hopefully it goes to a good home and to another museum or collector that'll appreciate it for what it is. It really is a conversation piece. So good luck bidding it. God bless America.